For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Fear is not your inheritance. It is the counterfeit echo of a fallen belief in lack. What God has planted in you is the sovereign faculty of imagination, the power that molds your world, and the tender warmth of love that quickens every inner act, and a sound mind that holds you steadfast in the unseen realm until your desire is fulfilled in this world. Power is your creative muscle. When you sit quietly and imagine the completed scene, feel the notes of triumph, sense the texture of accomplishment, you set in motion a cause that physical facts must obey. Love is the atmosphere in which your imaginings live. Without feeling, your mental picture cannot germinate. You must breathe devotion into the vision until it glows within you. A sound mind is simple loyalty to that inner reality. You refuse doubt its place. You do not argue with appearances, but remain faithful to the unseen. Thus you transcend fear. Fear arises when you surrender your kingdom to the visible. You begin to believe circumstances instead of the hidden source. Yet God's gift waits. Imagine a courtroom of your mind where only your verdict of abundance stands. Let no discordant evidence trespass there. Hold fast to the yes of your soul. In that sacred chamber you wield power. In that gentle flame you nurture love. In that stillness you guard your sound mind, and the world without will shape itself to match the drama within. Remember always, what you impress upon the invisible must emerge in form. Your task is not to battle fear, but to supplant it with your own unshakable vision of truth, powerful, loving, and sane. 2 Timothy 1:7 draws a sharp line between two inner voices. Fear comes from over-identifying with outer sense impressions, what Neville would call the vegetative memory. In contrast, the true spirit is a state of consciousness rooted in imagination as God's direct channel. It is neither anxious nor reactive, but alert, loving, and masterful in thought. At its core, this verse tells us that every manifested effect begins as an imaginal act. The spirit of power is simply your focused creative faculty. Love is the vibratory harmony you tune to. Sound mind is the unshakable awareness of your own imaginal cause. You enter the state that matches your desire, dwell richly in its felt reality, then release it to the unseen. That single psychical seed, instead of any external cause, rouses the invisible law to crystallize circumstances around you. What God gave you is the awareness that you yourself are the active cause of reality, not a helpless witness. You possess the power to revise any unwanted story simply by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. By owning the state powerful, loving, serene, you align with your divine nature and dissolve fear's delusion. When you become aware of a present worry or a subtle sense of lack, allow yourself to pause and gently acknowledge it. Invite into your inner world a brief scene that already implies the resolution you seek, as if the answer has arrived. Once this scene unfolds, engage every sense. See the details as vividly as if they were playing before your eyes. Listen for any sounds that affirm its reality, and feel the emotions that arise: relief, joy, clarity, just as though it were happening in this moment. As you hold this vision, let love suffuse the experience, blessing that peaceful state until its energy radiates through every fiber of your being. Then, with full trust in the creative power of your mind, release the image and return to your daily life, knowing that the seed you have planted within will blossom outwardly. For example, if financial pressure has weighed heavily on you, picture yourself opening an envelope to discover the exact sum you need. Feel the surge of gratitude, the steady confidence, the genuine relief. Allow that inner drama to complete itself, then close the scene and step back into your routine, refusing to revisit old thoughts of lack. In doing so, your sovereign imagination sets to work, quietly reweaving circumstances until they reflect the harmony you have embraced. This practice transforms the promise of 2 Timothy 1:7 from a distant assurance into your living key. That divine breath within you always moves toward power, toward love, toward a sound mind, your true creative trinity, bringing every imagined blessing into tangible reality.